What's going on, y'all? You already know I'm back again with another video for y'all, man. I love y'all. I want y'all to be successful. That's all I do with these videos, man. Try to give y'all information so y'all can make educated decisions, man. So y'all know what's going on out here. So, you know what I mean? Just make sure your money's safe. Make sure you're doing your thing, man. And I just want everybody at the table eating. It's better if we all sit at the table and we eat together. So that's all I do this for, man. I love talking about stocks. And so today I'm gonna do a video about the first sector I think is most important to have in your portfolio, which is banks. I love bank stocks because I feel like for years banks have been screwing the people. Let's keep it a buck, right? You put $1,000 in the bank, they don't even cover your inflation. Inflation's about 3 to 4% every year. Inflation is, let's use a easier number. Let's say you put $100 in the bank, right? Inflation go up by 3%. That means you just lost $3. That means what you could have bought last year went up in value by 3%. So your $100 is no longer worth $100. It's worth $97 now. So by the bank giving you 0.02% of your money, they're not even covering your inflation. They're just giving you 2 pennies on the dollar, like, here, take that. Because they're gonna take that $100 and flip it in 6, 7, 8 different ways and makes a lot of money off of it. 3 ways the banks make money: by giving people car loans. Car loan is a contract on something that is losing value, but yet the money is not like when your car loses value, the bank will say, oh, let's bring down how much your loan is worth because your car losing value. No, whatever you signed up at the time is what you're gonna pay with interest, and the car is losing value. So there's a big gap in between at the end of the contract of how much you paid and how much what you have is actually worth. And the bank eat off all that spread. You feel me? It is what it is. Like, you feel me? You just gotta understand the game and know how to move accordingly, right? Home loans do the same thing. I mean, homes go up in value, but what the bank do with home loans is they understand that this is a very long contract. So let's say you got a house that costs $300,000, right? And the bank got you on a mortgage. A mortgage, real quick, means so the word mort in French means death, and engage is short for engage. So a mortgage was created when the first depression happened, when the first Great Depression happened in the 1930s, as a way for banks to shore up money, right? So they created this mortgage thing where you get a mortgage for 30 years. And side note, I would just advise, even if you got a mortgage for 30 years, try to pay that thing off way faster. One extra payment a year on a 30-year mortgage brings down your whole mortgage by 7 years. So just whatever you do, man, just don't actually take the whole 30 years to pay off the home. Try to pay it off as soon as possible. You pay less interest. But anyway, so with a mortgage, they understand that you're in this contract for 30 years, and the house is worth $300,000 at the time you bought it. Yeah, you're gonna make money because the value of the home is gonna go up in the back end, but that's all the way at the end when you decide to sell. But in the time being, they're gonna leverage. That's all the bank's about leverage. They're gonna leverage that the amount of that money, and that they have you on contract to pay for it. They're gonna leverage that, and I'm gonna explain that just soon. And then they have business loans, right? You need a small business, you need $10,000 to start your business. They're gonna make sure that this business has some asset that we can take if he faults on this loan, right? Or they've done some market studies and they see, like, okay, his business really do have a potential of actually flourishing, and once he runs out of that $10,000, he's gonna come back and get more money from us. So now let's say a person let's say you put $1,000 in the bank, right? And you also have a car loan from the bank for $20,000. Like, they gave you some money to buy a car for $20,000 that you're gonna pay interest on. You probably end up paying $22,000. You got a home for $300,000. They're gonna leverage the 30-year contract they have with you, the mortgage, engaged to death. They're gonna leverage that, and they're gonna leverage the $10,000 loan they give you, right? So now, with one person, the bank has now, they can take that $1,000 plus the 22 is 23, plus the $300,000, that's $323,000, plus that $10,000 business loan. So with one person, the bank could take all of the stuff they have against you for 300, they're basically up $343,000 on you, right? And then they turn around and go to the government and take out a loan, right? Take out a business loan on you as a person, right? On you as a person, right? For about, let's say, because you could probably have 10% of how much you really need. So 10% of what you call it, 10% of 10% of 300, let's say 343,000. So that's what, 3.4 million. They could go take out that loan because they have you leveraged up to 343,000. They could go turn around and take out a loan for what? Yeah, for 3.4 million. And then they take that money. Most of the banks, they invest in the stock market. So they go and take that money and they invest in the stock market. Now the banks got like market analysts who work for them, people who specifically job is to come up with formulas to find what companies are going to thrive in the future. Now let's say they take that $3.4 million they just leveraged up against you, and they take out a loan, right? And they go make, let's say 10% return. Let's say 10% return on that. 10% return. They already done covered all that money they borrowed against you in 10% return. Like they already done covered that money they borrowed. They gave you specifically. They already covered that money, and that money's not gonna keep growing for compound interest over time. They're gonna make so much money on the money that they borrowed against you, on the money that they borrowed to you, because they turn around and take all that and leverage it to get a loan and then to go invest in other stuff, right? That did they make so much more money? Then they turn around and just give you 2 cents on that freaking $100 that you had in the bank. Like they go and do all of that and then turn around and just give you 2 cents on a dollar. Like, huh? How does that work? So in my opinion, how you bypass all of that mumbo jumbo stuff, I know it's kind of confusing what I just explained. How you bypass all of that? You buy the bank stock. You buy the bank stock because whenever they go do what they do to make money, you're right there with them. You are right there with them. You right there with them. They don't take your money, then turn around and go do what they doing, and then come back and just throw 2 pennies at you. Like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna go right with you to the source, buddy. We both going together. So you, by buying the stock, you're with the bank right here, side by side, and you're moving whatever money they make. Guess what? Stocks reports or whatever, those are public information. Whatever money they make, they gotta report it. So whatever money the bank make, you make also. So Bank of America stocks is whatchamacallit, Bank of America stocks, let's say it's at $40. I haven't checked recently. It's at $40. Next year, when the bank is worth $5, they made $5 on the $40 stock. If you bought Bank of America stock for $40, you made $5 also. You made some money just like the bank makes some money. So be at the source with the bank. So when they make money, you make money also. Don't just go put your money in the bank or take loans from the bank and let them rape you with interest charges, with interest rates and all of this other stuff. And then they still take that money, go leverage it to get some more money to go make way more money, and then turn around and give you them 2 pennies, man. I mean, there's more go into it, but I'm trying to explain in a nutshell. I don't want to keep y'all for too long, man. I'm just trying to explain in a nutshell, like, listen, invest with banks that, another point, I know I'm going all over the place, but another point, this past year in the pandemic, the banks were the second most successful sector that made the most money. How is it that through a pandemic, people didn't have money, people didn't have jobs or whatever, but the banks were the second most successful sectors that made money? The banks always gonna make money, y'all. And guess what? If they don't make money, the government gonna bail them out. So that means your money, like, listen, the banks is always gonna have money. The banks is always, put it like this, they can have money and you could go to the bank. If you have $100,000 in the bank, you can't withdraw $100,000. If you have $100,000 in the bank, after you start withdrawing more than 10, you gotta talk to a banker. Hey, why you wanna take out all this money? What's going on, buddy? It's like, they wanna talk to you about withdrawing your own money. How that make sense? That's because they've taken your money that you put in the bank and they got it all out there flipping and doing whatever, making a lot more money, flipping and doing a bunch of stuff, making money. So when you want to withdraw that money, they're like, whoa, hold on. We got that money leveraged up in other stuff, man. Like, relax, buddy. We will give you money, but you just can't have it right now because we got your money and we're making money off your money. So you need to chill and we'll give you back your money when we're ready. How that makes sense? But I said, man, just give me our game, man, to hope y'all understand what's going on, and I just want everybody to be successful. I'm not saying don't mess with the banks or whatever. Like, as a consumer, I'm just saying become an investor before you're a consumer. An investor invests with the bank and go together, and then you still consuming the bank products and whatever they have to offer, because you know what I mean. For every yeah, you can still invest. You can invest with the banks before you start being a consumer of the bank. When you're a consumer of the bank, yeah, they're making money off you and stuff like that, but you kind of need them for certain things. You do. It is what it is. That's just how the world is set up. But you know what I mean. So yeah, man. Hope everybody's successful. We can all one with the stock market. I don't know how confusing it was what I just explained. I hope it wasn't that confusing. But I just want everybody to win, man. So I just want everybody to win. That's my whole point about making these videos, and you know, giving people game and making sure they understand certain things and still make your own decisions. Don't just listen to what I say and go run and do it. Do your own research. I want everybody to do your own research. That's the main thing. What I say should put a light bulb in here like, what he said sound maybe interesting. Let me go look into it. And go do your own research and come up with your own conclusions before you make a decision. Don't just listen to what people are saying on the internet and go move off of that. Nah, what they're saying on the internet, go check fact them. Go check fact me to see, go check fact whatever I'm saying to see how a bank makes money. And then you could decide the decision that you want to make for you and your family and whatever, man. But anyway, love y'all. Want to see y'all win. It's better if we all at the table eating, man. Yeah, peace.